a lot of people aren't going to prioritize this in life, and that's fine. Most people are really just chasing after the idea of wanting to be validated or to be someone important or special in life, you know. But they don't realize that that comes with and that's one of the many reasons, right? But that's the conversation I was having with a spiritual buddy of mine when I was talking to her, and I had said this quote: "The easiest way to live with yourself is just to be yourself." Now, what does that mean? Right? What does that mean? The easiest way to live with yourself is just to be yourself. I had spent so many years of my life chasing after goals and dreams and ideations and validation externally, whether it was a career or it was women or it was relationships or it was being muscular and big and all of this stuff, and getting that, and I depended on that external validation from people. And what ends up happening is I would start doing things that I didn't really want to do. Fortunately, now how do you get out of that? But then that just creates so much contention in your own mind. You're just like, man, you're in like so much denial. Like you feel like you're doing something, but you don't even know why you're doing it. And you don't even really want to do it. Right? Don't mistake that for not having discipline in life and not pushing through some hard times. Now, you have to do that, right? But like a lot of times we're just doing things to do them and we don't even know why, and we don't even want to do it. And I was having this conversation with someone. I'm at a point in my life right now where just like I felt like I was, dating people, dating people and in relationships with people just because like it's what everyone's doing. It's almost what like it's expected of you. And it's hard to deny it too, because like you have the sexual instinct and you have the need to be, companionship and procreation. Those are strong instincts. And I just didn't really want to do it, but I'd felt like I've been on semen retention journey and trying to like get control over the sexual instinct for a long time now, years. But it still doesn't make you impervious to it, right? You just become a lot more self-aware about why you're doing what you're doing. So I was doing it, but I just didn't feel right. And I was recently in a relationship with someone for the wrong reasons, because I felt like I wanted to save them, not because I genuinely wanted to be there, right? But I was in denial about that, right? And I wasn't really able to sleep as well at night. I was having a lot of stress and anxiety about in my day-to-day life. Wasn't able to live with myself as easy, right? I feel like that's what begins the dark nights of the souls, is you get so fed up that you just can't live with the idea of who you are anymore. And then then the dark night of the soul begins, and that begins washing away that process. Another video though. And I had so then I like finally realized though, right? I just don't want this right now. Like, I just don't want this. Even if the instinct to have it is strong, it's not what I want. And when I really finally came to terms with that, right? It's like, all I really want to do right now is make these videos and stay. And this is what I told my friend. I told her, I just want to make these videos and I want to stay physically fit. That's it. I want to continue to work on my health and stay healthy, and I want to make my videos. That's all I want. And so I chose that, and then it's really easy to live with myself. Now, maybe it's authentic. It's who you are. It's what your intuition is telling you to do. Now, maybe in the future, right, that might change, but for now it's this. And you got to be in touch with that though, right? Now, how do you do that? How do you get to that state of inner peace when you're being true to yourself? It's the quote, how do you live with yourself? Got to be true to yourself. You have to start introspection. You have to start realizing and asking yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? You have to do it. It's like the most important aspect of any spiritual journey is introspection and self-inquiry. It's a hard thing to do though, because in the beginning, heck, you're not going to know which way is up and which way is down. And two, you have so many emotions and thoughts and all of these things. You don't, and especially as a sensitive person and an empath, you don't know whose emotions are what or any of that stuff, right? So you have to start somewhere, though. Introspection, self-inquiry. That's what starts to organize. Are these thoughts and emotions mine? Is this programming? Or is this external, internal? What's my intuition? What's, and all this stuff, right? It's hard to do, though. It's so hard to look at yourself, but you have to start somewhere. It's a fair thing, and it's a very ideal thing to ask yourself anytime you're doing what you're doing, why am I doing this? And do I actually want to be doing this right now? If I really don't, why am I doing it? Why am I in this relationship with this person right now? Okay, well, they're supplying, is it because I'm having sex? Is it because of the need for security, which is really big in women especially, is that like internal drive to have security, right? Emotional, mental, physical security, financial security. For men, it's to, or is it validation? For men, it's a lot of the times it's sex, So it's like we're in these relationships because we're providing each other with these needs that are almost archaic, prehistoric, like biological needs that are like instinctual. We might not even like the person. Or is one of my needs an emotional trauma? Are they providing me with validation, to ease my anxiety of being alone? Got to ask yourself, okay, why am I here right now? Is this really what I want? A lot of times it's not. A lot of people want to be single, want to work on themselves, want to have that space for themselves at certain points in their life, not forever, just, maybe for now. And they just can't do it though, because they have to fulfill these desires and needs. And you need to ask yourself, like, why? Really have that self-honesty, that self-inquiry. And it's hard to do at first, because you almost don't want to believe it. You almost doubt it, but it's crucial. And as empaths and highly sensitive individuals, we're so prone to, it's so much easier for us to do it. And it's funny, I know so many people, right? They're in just such denial. So much denial. Like, you could tell, it's funny, you can tell so many people the answers. I don't know if like any of y'all like is the healers, the sensitive ones, the empaths, like you can kind of see the reason we're so good at healing people and helping people is we can see what they're doing wrong and what they need to do to fix it, but they just won't, you could tell them and they won't hear it. They're in denial. And you're just like, get to a point where like, you know what, I'm done. Like, it's fine, man. Like, I'm here. And that's why, like, I'm at a point now where my really way of like supporting and helping people is almost strictly just emotional support and holding space for them. Because I tried that for years. Like, I would try to help them and save them and try to give them the answers, but they're just not at a place where they're ready to hear it because their mind isn't ready to hear it. They'll just justify it away, or they'll take such a small portion of it, and then, they just will rationalize it away. But that's the reason a lot of people, I think, can't sleep at night is because they're doing stuff that's not authentic or real, fulfilling to them, but they're doing it for some other reasons. And then there's that spiritual warfare that's going on in your head, right? For me, as a man that's really been on the semen retention journey for many years now and trying to like get that sexual instinct under lock, it would be with the women that I date. It's like, okay, why am I with this person? Is because I'm getting sex and attention and validation for them, or do I really like them and want to be with them, and is it the appropriate time in my life for that? A lot of times it would be the former, and then I'd be like, man, I don't even really want to go hang out with this person because it's not what I want, but like my instincts would take over, right? You have to have that self-inquiry, that introspection to kind of realize. And you can feel it. It starts with a feeling. What's the decision that makes you feel more calm and at ease inside? That's the answer right there. And then go and do that. And if you can't, at least just stay aware of yourself while you're doing it. Okay, I'm consciously choosing to go do the other thing now. How does it make you feel when you do it? Maybe not too good. All right. quickest, the best way to live with yourself is just the easiest way to live with yourself is just to be yourself. Introspection, self-inquiry, baby. All right. Bye.